Happen, okay? Topic of the day, Hadi Choopan. Hadi Choopan as the topic of the day. I really wanted to talk about this guy because this is pretty much the only bodybuilder that got me really hyped into watching this year's 2020 Mr. Olympia. Obviously, I try to watch the Olympias always since I became a bodybuilder fan, but today I was, not today, but this year I was really excited about seeing this guy after he shocked me last year with the package that he brought into the stage. And I have to say that it really impresses me every time that I think about how he does to get into the stage. All the problems, all the things that he has to go through, all the problems with his visa first getting denied, then trying to do it again. He spent, I believe, 2 months out of his home country, basically traveling, and I don't know how they managed to keep training and keep eating his foods and keeping it with his diet and his whole nutrition thing. I just I don't want to even think about all the logistic things that went through in order to get the package that he had. I just can imagine if in a near future he is able to finally move to the US or to get some sort of I don't know, provisional visa that lets him travel every year to the Olympia without having all those problems. The conditioning and the level that he can put on the stage, it's absolutely mind blowing. But okay, guys, enough talk. Let's start right here. This is a pose that I really love about him. This is not a pose per se. This is more of a transitioning pose when they start being relaxed and prepare themselves to hit a front double bicep, but I think that it really suits the physique that Hadi has. You can see all kind of striations going on here on the wheels, and if you look a little bit on the upper body, you can see all kind of striations on his pecs, and I really love the way that his physique just flows. You can see it, the way that the traps connect and come straight out of his beard, and then then they connect with the shoulders, and the way the shoulders connect with the triceps and the biceps, then the forearms, it just flows. And not to mention how deep the cuts are on his midsection. He absolutely has abs. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This, a crucifix pose, a men's open bodybuilder hitting a proper crucifix pose. This pose is very famous in between the people that has great forms because they made it look very good. But make no mistake here, Hadi does have what it takes to pull this pose. He looks absolutely amazing here, and the fact that he can have this very tiny waist for his size and with a vacuum, it's it's to take your hat off. Let's continue here. A front double bicep. If there's something that I have to complain, but not really, it's not really a complaint, but if there's something that I have to say, because it's there, it's the fact that, let me just zoom in here a little bit so you guys can appreciate it better. His biceps and his triceps end a little bit too early. So you have this kind of narrow portion here that connects then with the forearms muscle. I'm not trying to say that it looks bad, but I think that if he had longer triceps and longer biceps to get a fuller look here in the arms, he would be just illegal. He would be illegal, my friends, because he's just a very complete bodybuilder, and here you can see it. I love the way that he comes from a very tiny waist onto this very wide flare lats. I just love it. But yeah, I had to say the fact of what's going on his arms, yet he still looks amazing here in this pose. Let's go to the next one. I had to take this picture from one of the callouts because I wanted you guys to appreciate the massive traps that Hadi has. Just to put you guys in comparison, here you have another pro that was at the Mr. Olympia. This is not an amateur random guy took out of the street. And you can see the difference here between the thickness of the traps of Hadi. They are long and thick traps. I mean, world-class traps. Definitely to be something that you have to appreciate. I'm sorry, I'm definitely needing a little bit of water right now, but let's continue. A little bit of back double bicep here as well from the callouts. Let's continue and let's focus just on Hadi here. This is in between of a front relax and a front lat spread, and you can see every kind of detail in here, all the details going on the wheels. But make no mistake, if you have tried to do this specific pose, or you know a thing or two about bodybuilding, you know that in this pose it's kind of hard to flex the pecs, because you're trying to get as much flare from the lats to look as wide as possible. So it makes it harder and harder to flex the pecs, but yet here Hadi manages to do that happen, so you can see striations on the front lat spread. This is amazing and something to be, as Master Louis Marco would have said, something to be saluted. Also, I want you guys to look at all the vascularity going from his pecs. This is crazy. I was just about to say from his shoulder, but I have to say from his pecs. I don't know if you guys can appreciate it. I know when I zoom in, the images look a little bit not so good. But you can see here that the vascularity is coming straight from his pecs all the way to his forearms, looking absolutely impressive. I really like the way also that his physique looks in this pose. You can see the midsection in control, in absolute control, I dare to say. Let's move on. Yet again, another crucifix pose here. He definitely makes it look very good, even though he doesn't have the thickest forearms. The way that his whole physique flows, it's just too good. You can't deny it, even on this pose. Let's continue, guys. Front double bicep yet again. And here, this variation here, this kind of poses that people like Mr. Frank Zane used to hit back in the days, he just brought it back. And even though this is not classic physique division, he manages to pull them off, and in a very, very good way. I was very happy to see this kind of things going on. And here a most muscular pose where he really, really shines. Even though, as I said in my book, Hadi is not an arm dominant guy, and this pose usually suits better the people that is arm dominant because they look so freaky, so huge. Hadi definitely has what it takes to make it look good due to its conditioning. He's so good in conditioning. He was so far ahead to most of the guys on the stage in terms of conditioning that he was definitely catching most of the eyes, even though he wasn't the biggest. Let's continue here. A little variation. The fact that he knows the variations that he has to do and the movements that he has to do, the way that he has to place his body to make it look better, definitely tells you that he knows what he is doing. Because when having the hands on the hips, you can see that his bicep start to look like, as I said before, on the front double bicep, it ends a little too early. But when he does this little variation, as you guys can see, the bicep looks better, the arms just look fuller, and he knows that that's why he do it. And also, it's just impressive the amount of detail that you can see on his pecs and on his midsection. His abs look so dry till the point that they even look like they're starting to get striated, which is just crazy to think about. Let's continue, guys. Yet again, if you wanna try to hit this pose, you gotta have a very good midsection, and Hadi definitely does have it. This is just a tip. If you try to pull this pose and you don't have the best midsection, what you can do is lower this elbow a little bit, so you can hide your midsection with your arm. Hadi doesn't need that, clearly. And this is a pose very reminiscent of Mr. Arnold the Austrian Oak Schwarzenegger. There's quite a lot pictures of him hitting this specific pose, and Hadi definitely makes it look good. Let's continue here. A side chest. Yet again, if I had to say something here in this specific pose, is that Hadi maybe doesn't have a lot of detail going on his glutes, neither on his legs in general from the side and the calves. But if you focus on his upper body, he looks just amazing and very full, very I don't know, but in the future, I believe that he will be getting better, not in terms of size and conditioning and all those things that I'm sure he will, but in terms of muscle maturity. And once he get to that point where his muscle looks just very, very mature, these poses that he already gets them very good are gonna look even more insane, and I can't wait for those times to come, because I definitely think that Hadi has what it takes. Look at the serratus muscle here. I definitely think that Hadi has what it takes to be a Mr. Olympia. Those are some shots that were taken from this, you can say, weird angle, but for me they are not weird pictures. They are very good, since from this angle you can see some of the depth that this guy's had, and Hadi definitely has a lot of depth, and you can see here a lot of things going on. And I definitely love, as I said before, the way that his physique flows, because you can see here a lot of things going on the pecs, but the way that his shoulders connect to his pecs, and then the shoulders connect to the triceps and the biceps, it's just incredible. Hadi may not have a specific muscle department that outshines the rest of his body, and this is pretty much a good thing for him, because he just has the whole package. He has pretty much everything you could ask for. As I said before, maybe you can ask for bigger calves, but that's about it. That's about it. Let's move here, and this. Whew. Guys, make no mistake with Hadi. In my book, this is the best picture that was taken on the 2020 Mr. Olympia. A guy with this condition and this amount of muscle hitting this deep vacuum. This is beautiful. This is bodybuilding. This is what we love. This is what we really like and what we enjoy. And these guys have to get rewarded for that, because they are putting a lot of effort to make these things happen. And definitely an impressive shot here by Hadi, the way that his physique looks, the whole picture. Whew, very, very impressed with this here, most muscular, but this time from the side. You can see all the things going on. Here he's doing a little bit of crab pose. You can see how the chest looks when he does the crab pose. In the crab pose, his shoulders and his chest look better, but the biceps start to peak, as I said, way too early. Is it a bad thing for the judges? I don't think so, because there's not much that he can do. This is mostly a genetical thing. But I had to say it. I definitely had to say it. And, well, guys, This is about it for this video about Hadi Choopan. I really wanted to make a video about him because he truly deserves a lot of recognition, and I love the fact that the people and the fan base of bodybuilding has received him so well in the men's open division. I'm really proud of him, and I definitely wish him nothing but the best in the future. I'm very proud of you, Hadi. Have a nice one.